max method, built to last. Social selling, scaling fast. Called him the father, the go-to name. Max Steingart, he changed the game.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Saturday morning live broadcast. And the first one we're doing today is our Ask Max session for boot camp participants, for coaching students, and of course for people that are just here because someone told them to come here because I can help you, especially if you want to build your business on Facebook or LinkedIn. Let me see. So I'm going to give everybody a minute. We have a couple of coaching students here. Shell, you have, I know you asked the question last time. You were gone before we had a chance to get to you. Let me unmute you for just a second.
Yeah, Max.
Yeah. Do you have any questions? I noticed I didn't get a chance to get to you.
Yeah, well, we're busy. So, yeah, the question I had is, what focus should we have on the searches right now? What's the three best searches that we could do? Because I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with all the possibilities.
Okay.
Is it Right Aid? Is it Modere? Is it Isagenix? What should we focus on for the next month, let's say, to do a blitz?
I love it. And by the way, that happens to be a great question. So let me pop over here. And I'm going to pop over here to LinkedIn. And I'm going to go into your account. I hate this double stuff. Can you verify me on your, or do I have to send you a message on your phone? All you have to do is look at your phone app, and it'll say you're trying to get in. Just say yes.
All right. Notification.
And well, let's just go here. It's in a code to your phone. This will be the easiest way to do it.
599706.
What is it now?
599706.
Now, as much of a pain in the it is for this stuff, they're really doing it for your own benefit. Okay. Now, who do we want to search for? It's a great question because we have Rite Aid is shutting down stores. You can literally go on Google and you can find all kinds of people that are losing their jobs. You got Isagenix people that are looking for jobs, looking for new companies. You got Modere. There's a lot of people that are looking. Okay, so the first thing for all of you, you want to make this as easy as you possibly can. And so all of us, let's take a look at your profile. Let's come down here. Actually, let me look at it in English. Okay. So, successful business person. Now, the easiest way to connect with people, and I'm saying easy, is to connect with people that share your experience. Okay? For example, as a police officer, retired, but it gives you a lot of credibility. What was this business right here?
Was the owner of a tanning salon, hair salon, and
Okay. So you were in the salon business,
yeah,
all right? And you can easily relate to people in law enforcement, and they can relate to you. You can easily relate to people in the salon business. All right. Now let's go up a little further. And this is your networking company. So let's just look at these two. Before the last election here in the United States, police officers were, I mean, people were dropping out of law enforcement like crazy. And a lot of them still are. But if you want to consider the best prospect for your business that would naturally be interested in what you're doing, it would be someone that was in the salon business, as well as, now obviously, if they were involved with a network marketing company, that would also work. But anybody, so let's just go up here for a minute, and let's just look for salon owner. Pop it in there, go to people. Now, do you have any of the advanced features?
recruiter light.
Okay. So now let's go over to Recruiter Lite.
Yeah, those are job posts.
Okay, so why won't it?
That was the other button, I think.
Okay, so it says you're active.
Was able to go in.
You know, I'll tell you something. They're moving things around like crazy. Okay, I'm gonna have to play around with this because they've moved it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back over.
Well, I think it's because you press on job post instead of LinkedIn recruiter light. I think it's
Okay.
inversed on your side, on your LinkedIn, the LinkedIn.
Okay, so I'm still in your account. We did salon owners. And then if we wanted to move over to Recruiter Lite, we hit this and it's telling me page not found, which says that LinkedIn has moved something. Now, the reason that they're doing this, And I want to tell you, as much as you don't like it, because it drives me crazy, um, what's starting to happen is we're starting to see all of these programs coming out where, as a robot, you sign up for this thing. I saw one the other day. It broke my heart. $500 guaranteed. They'll make you $12,000 in 30 days. And it's one of these robot things.
Yeah.
And so the way you program those things is because they're little pixels on a page. And so all they do is they program, you go here, right here. You can't go over here. You got to go here. And it'll run it through, and you could send out 1,000 connection requests because the computers can do the same thing. Can't look at pictures. It just looks for words. So let me hop out of your account. I'm going to jump into mine. So I want to show you. I got the important stuff. So again, what you're looking for, and another search parameter would be look at who some of the leaders and top earners in your business are, and then find out what they did, because it makes your presentation sales pitch a lot easier. Okay, so let's say I'm looking for salon owner. It'll pop up here. I go to people. Now it says search with recruiter. So I'm going to pop over here. Recruiter Lite. Now you have Sales Navigator. I've got Recruiter Lite.
I have Recruiter Lite.
Okay, so now I'm coming over here, and you can see there are 250,000 salon owners. Okay, now let's come back over here, and let's look. Let's filter it down a little bit. Let's say, you know what, I want salon owners in the United States. Now, is your company expanding anywhere?
It's Melaleuca.
Where?
It's Melaleuca. So I think we're opening Italy right
Okay,
now.
okay. So here's the thing. So we go with recruiter. Now we're looking in the United States. We had 250. Okay, so now we got 160,000. So we lost 90,000 people. Okay, now these are all salon owners. And you could have a conversation with any salon owner, because you've got, you were a salon owner too. So whether you're connecting with them online or whether you bumped into somebody on the street, the bottom line is, listen, I noticed that, you're a salon owner, and or LinkedIn suggested that we connect. And if looking at your profile, I can see why. You're a salon owner. I used to be a salon owner. So, what prompted you to start a salon? And if it's still, if it's running, why'd you close it? Now you ask them questions like that, they're going to come back and ask you the same thing. Okay. Now, you talk to any salon owner that's been a salon owner for more than maybe 7 or 8 years. It's a given that at one point in time or other, they tried network marketing to generate an income on the side. So natural conversation would be, a lot of the salon owners that I meet on LinkedIn have all worked with a network marketing company previously, or have worked with a network marketing company to generate a side income. What companies have you worked with? Just trying to learn, more about you. And they'll come back and tell you. And if they go, and relax, I'm not trying to pitch you on a network marketing opportunity, because believe me, they're getting pounded by people The people with the open to work frames are getting pounded. Not that you can't connect with these people, but I like easy. Okay. And so, and if you have a lot of connections, you could go into your existing connections and see how many salon owners you're already connected to. But the conversation is going to be the same. You start talking to people, you find out more about them. What do and they're going to come back, they're going to ask you the same question. And your response would be, I did that business and I was good at it. I like helping people. But, and then, for whatever reason you quit, you quit the compensation. The company made some changes that were not beneficial to everybody. So a whole bunch of us left. It's a familiar story for everybody. And basically you could work that, I did that company and now I found a different company, that's a lot easier. We're not in any hurry to talk about what you do. We want to find out what their experience was in network marketing. So what companies were you in? What happened? Why do you think you weren't successful? And then once they open up, you're in a position to say, I knew there was a reason I liked you. We're both salon owners, both entrepreneurial. Okay. And so what prompted you to get into network marketing? Why? Why'd you do it? What happened? And then you can come back and you could, tell them, listen, I hear that story all the time. In fact, at one point in time, it happened to me. See, what most people don't realize is that to be successful in network marketing today, you don't have to chase your family. You don't have to chase your friends. You don't have to do home parties. None of that. You just need three things. And out of those three things, I'll bet you didn't have two of them. First, you got to be passionate about the company and the product. You had that. Second, you have to be working with somebody that's very successful, that is devoted and committed to helping you become successful and help you train everybody on your team. And third, you need good online tools. And most people that get into network marketing don't have 2 and 3. In fact, the only reason I came back to network marketing was because I found a business that had all 3. Okay. And because without 2 and 3, it's hard. If you don't have somebody to work with, it's hard. Now, once you know what their experience was, why they got into it. If somebody has tried 3 or 4 more different companies, they'll look at yours because you have all 3. And everybody that you're talking to, they're all thinking the same thing. 3 things. Number 1, is this real? It's not a scam. 2, can they do it? Now, as a salon owner, my God, you've got traffic, but you don't want to feel obligated. Everybody that walks in my door, I'm going to push them on products. No, you don't have to do that. And 3, because I'm going to show you how to do it on the internet. So they're thinking, number 1, is it real? 2, can they do this? And 3, are you going to help? And in the conversation that you have with them before you ever talk about the business, you're going to assure them that the reason you're successful in this business now is because you're passionate about helping people, and they would be easy to work with. Now, you're going to show them the business. Yeah, and so tell me what the business is all about. You have to, before you give them the name of your company, before you show them the links, you got to show them the money. If you just send them to your website, company websites do not do it. Don't do a very good job of showing the money. And they show it at the lowest level possible. So you want to be able to say to somebody, look, I'm about, what company are you working with?
Melaleuca, the leaders now are starting to show the compensation plan before
About
showing
time.
their,
It's about
yeah.
time. Years ago, I I've been working with the people in Melaleuca now for over 20 years. Eddie Bestoso and Jim McCune, Alan Parrish, they're all good friends. And we used to laugh about it because for years, Melaleuca was anti-social media. You couldn't even talk about it. And the bottom line is you can never mention the company name in public. But when you're talking to somebody privately, you can mention it. The problem with your tools is that your tools show the products, show the validity of the company. And then when they start discussing the way you make money, it's all about you tell your friend, you're going to tell somebody, you help them get 8 customers, you're a director, and wow, you make $1,000. Then you do it 4 or 5 more times and you make a blah, blah. That's not going to impress anybody that's really looking for money.
Mhm.
So you pick a rank, and this is for those of you that are in different network marketing companies. It's all the same. Pick a level. The other day I played a recording that's in the archive of my top runner retreat from John Fogg. And he said something about maybe 10 minutes into the conversation. You want to make $1 million in network marketing? Teach someone to make $2,000 and help that person teach that person to do the same thing. Help them make $2,000 in 30 days and then teach him to do the same thing. And this was advice given to him by people that are making tens of millions of dollars in network marketing. You got to keep it simple. Well, Melaleuca, you've got to you pick a rank, senior director. You help somebody get to senior director, and by the time they get to senior director, they can make 60 grand. In Isagenix, it used to be you plus two, them plus two, bring in 2 people a week, help those 2 people bring in 2 people. You did it every week for a month, you made 5 grand. Do it 3 months in a row, you made 15,000. So when you talk about your business and you say to somebody, I'm about to launch a project and help 2 people make $15,000 in the next 90 days, or make $60,000 in the next 90 days. But keep in mind, that's a lot of hard work. So they got to be connected to people for that to happen. You can't use it for everybody, but you're looking for business builders. Okay, I could come on, I could play, I have one woman that it changed about Alan Parrish. I met him when he was 19 years old. Last time we hooked up in 2017 out in Vegas. But he's a corporate director. Jim McCune's a corporate director. Eddie Bestoso, good friend, corporate director. And how'd they get there? By bringing in people, but they rose up in the ranks because people under them became very successful. You're going to get successful in this business because you're going to reach out, you're going to connect with people. It could be a salon owner, okay? When you start posting, and the topic that I was going to talk about today was posting, okay? And yesterday, I helped a couple of people made a post. And what does posting do? It produces engagement. People see your post. So the post that I put up yesterday, wishing someone a happy Friday the 13th, was amazingly successful, because what it does is it enables you to reach back to people that maybe you hadn't talked to. It enabled you to start a conversation. It enabled you to follow up with someone that, somehow you got disconnected after 2 or 3 weeks, send them that right away. It triggers renewed interest, renewed conversation. That's what it's all about. Once you're connected to somebody on LinkedIn, you're connected. You could have connected with somebody 5 years ago, 8 years ago. As long as they're active on LinkedIn, maybe they haven't done anything in a few weeks, or maybe because you can't see everything they do. We could see if they posted something, we could see if they liked something, we could see if they made a comment on something, we could see if they shared something. But if they're just on and they're just texting back and forth with people, you don't know that. So we put this stuff out there to get them to, react and respond. So again, salon owner, remember this, that everybody on LinkedIn that has that open to work frame around their picture is getting hammered by people in your company, not to mention other companies. And nothing against your company, because I'm working with a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people go to senior director or higher. The thing is, a lot of the people that are on LinkedIn in your company and other companies don't know what the hell they're doing. So they jump on there and they send a message. And the first message is, hey, it's nice to connect with you. Would you be interested in a side hustle if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? I mean, I could bring up 75 examples of people in your company that are butchering this whole process. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why you don't want to have the name of your company on your profile. That's the reason you don't want to talk about your company. And when you run into somebody that has an objection about your company, it's not a big deal. Okay, because they're using old school, old methods that frankly don't work anymore. And if I had to do that to build my business, I wouldn't be doing the business. That's all you have to say. Then they're going to be more interested in what you're doing. So again, it's really simple. When you're looking at people, they're going to fall into two categories. And I'm discarding the people that are not prospects or you're not interested in them. But if you're interested in people, they're going to fall into two categories. One, the category that says they've already, they're looking for an opportunity. They have a need. And the other group are people. So that could be a salon owner that's looking for ways to make extra money. Or it could be a salon owner that's been a salon owner for 10 years. Appears to be very successful. There's no need established. But in a casual conversation, you know that you could bring it up. Most of the people that I meet that have had their own salons for 10 years or more have all worked with a network marketing company. What companies have you worked with? You're not trying to sell, you're just trying to learn more about them. So you focus on those people. Reaching out for the people that have open to work. Okay, there's more. There has to be more than just they're open to work. You have to, at that point in time, you have to look at who they are, how long have they been open for work, what do they do, how much of a conversation can you have with these people based on what you see. I've worked, in fact, so that's real. And remember, we don't look for them here. See, there's 40,000 people here, salon owners that have the open to work frame. But if we try to look at it, oh, they're gonna you got to upgrade.
For
So
$200 a month,
LinkedIn has,
they should.
as I said, LinkedIn has dramatically changed. Dramatically changed. They're making, they're making a ton of money. Their customer service people are overwhelmed, and they're making changes. And so you'll come in and we'll try to do something, and they're doing these changes to protect all of us, because otherwise you'd pop on here and you would be hounded. I mean, you get in here, you'd have 25, 30 connection requests from people that are flat out trying to sell you things. I have a good friend that up in the corporate office that works in the customer service area. And he's telling me all there's a million profiles on LinkedIn, a million accounts that they're canceling every month. Bogus. You get them. You get them. I mean, if you've been on Facebook for any length of time, they have that problem over there. If you're a man, you're getting 20, 30 connection requests from young girls. And if you're a woman, you get the same number from men that want to make, connections.
Mhm.
And after a while, I mean, you get to a point in time where you can pick them out. I mean, if I go over to my account, but I'm digressing here. So the bottom line is, what you want to do is you need to look at these people. Look for people that clearly you can see something. I mean, if you wanted to look for, let's come back over here, and we'll do the same thing. So you go over here and we'll look for Rite Aid. Okay. So you've got Rite Aid. You come over here. There's 120,000 people in Rite Aid. Now, what you don't want all those people. You want either a store owner, a store manager. Now we got to go back over here. You got 25,000 store managers. Now, some of them are active store managers, some of them were store managers. All right. And so they're looking, or they're going to be looking, but from the standpoint of networking and credibility, let's see. Okay. So Terry Metzler's here. Terry's a retired pharmacist. Okay. Terry can be talking to 10 of these people every day and closing 9 because he's a pharmacist.
Mhm.
People can relate to him. Okay. The more easily people can relate to you based on that's one of the reasons why we adjust our profile to as closely as possible fit the person on the other end. I mean, that's the deal. So here you're going after these people, and if you're going to do it, and I'm not saying you don't, what you do is go up here. Instead of looking for a store manager, look for a regional director or a regional manager. Whoops. A regional manager manages a region. So you've got a lot, and again, you would talk to your conversation with them would be different. There's 9,000 regional managers. You bring in 5 or 6 regional managers, and boom, case closed. And it's easy to do. When I say it's easy to do, it comes down to having a conversation. Okay, now let me come back over to again, it comes down the conversation. What I want to do is, let me come over to oh, I hate that. Let me gonna go back over here. I'm gonna log out. Now I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna look at Joseph. Now Joseph's in real estate. Now the real estate market is in flux. Wait a minute, let me unmute him.
Hey Max, how are you?
Yeah, hi. Am I in your account? Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's me.
Okay, so I'm in your account. And if you look at Joseph's profile, it's a real estate background. All right. And showing anybody that's been in real estate for 5 years, they all know about network marketing. And it comes down to when you're talking to them. Okay, in other words, they've all tried it. So how did it work for them? And when they're super busy, you can't talk to them about you're looking for somebody who's got a need. All right. So he's got 1,800 people that he's connected to. And one of the things that we got to do is we have to work on posting. Because posting is the way you communicate with people between the actual text messages. And in our current boot camp and in the next boot camp, we're going to devote more time to this because it's a very important part of conversation. So every day, if I go over to his account, he's got 4,800 people he's connected to. A third of them are prospects that he hasn't talked to or he lost connection with. So he's got that group. Then he's got people here that are reaching out to him. He's got 11 people that want to connect with him. You go over here to catch up. Look at all the people that are having a birthday. So he's connected to these people. The question is, does he want to talk to them? So you never wish someone a happy birthday just because it's their birthday. You want to wish someone a happy birthday because you want to continue to talk to them. But at the end of the day, and there's a ton of real estate people out there. Now, the people that are open to work are going to fall into two categories. Some of them are open to work because they just lost their job. Someone that just lost their job, let's take someone in retail sales. They've been in retail sales for 20 years. They work for 4 different companies. So they're already conditioned. Oh, I lost my job. Now I got to go out and I got to find another retail management position because that's what they know. They also know all about network marketing because people have tried to put them in a network marketing company. Their perception of network marketing is not very good because their perception is when you're in network marketing, you run around pushing a business or a product on your friends. No, thank you. And if they've gotten into network marketing, the more network marketing companies they're in, the less inclined they are to do it because they run out of friends. But it doesn't matter because all of you have an edge over everybody in your company, even You're in Melaleuca, you know more about social media, building a business, than 90% of the people in your own company. And the leaders, are all, it's now they're starting to get it. Okay. When I got Eddie Bestoso interested in it, when he asked me to train his daughter, Ashley. And I said, I'll do it on one condition: you attend the first 2 sessions. And in the first session, I went over on LinkedIn and I started searching for people. I said, look at all these people that are looking for work. Look at all these store managers that are looking for work. Look at all these people. And he went nuts, as any intelligent network marketer would go. You mean to tell me there's 1,170,000,000 people in one spot, and you could pick out the people you know in advance enough about them to know you want to talk to them or not? So I can't think of the guy's name, but he hired somebody to build, 1, 2, 3, go. And he had me coach the guy and explain how everything worked. And he did a great job. The only difference was I showed him you can use this to get business builders, but you got to show them the money. And he couldn't do, that's not the way your company works. So you show them the product, you show them the basic low end stuff. If you're talking to a retail manager, you got to show them the money. Now, another way to show them the money is because people are invariably going to ask you about your business. And some of you are just getting started. So how do you show the money when you're just getting started? I haven't made any money. It's all about conversation. I'm working with one of the top earners in the company who's taken me under there. This guy has made millions of dollars. You edify your upline, you point to the leadership. That's why and I'm sure there in every company, you can find somebody that used to be a salon owner that is now making 6 figures a month. And you point to them. There's an old expression. You meet somebody that is outrageously successful in this business, and you're thinking, and they don't appear to be that bright. Okay. I mean, they're nice, but you're thinking to yourself, if this guy can do it, I can do it. And that's the power of duplication. So
Max, I just had a quick question. What would be the next holiday that we can post about? Because we did Friday the 13th and the ideas.
Okay, yeah, thank you for bringing that back to me. Let me get over here and let me switch this. Okay, so this was the post. And this was what Terry did. Followed your instructions. I did my first post. Had 12 conversations. I brought in 3 new people in my business in 2 days. Now that wasn't that post, okay? But it was a very similar post. Now, how does that happen? It comes down to who you're connected to. Who you're connected to. And then how the people that you're connected to react. All right? And then he's up to 7, and he did it in 4 days because of the people you're connected to. That's how this stuff works. Clyde Rush in his first month brought in 14 people. Now, so the way we post, it's seen by the people that you're connected to. And what you post gives people an opportunity to react. Well, today's Flag Day. Tomorrow is, or maybe it's today, it's the Army's 250-year anniversary. Posting is the way that you do it. What you post, people react to. So the people that like or do anything, you start a conversation. Likes, comments, and shares become leads. Leads become prospects. Prospects become partners. So you start talking to the people, to the best ones. And the more selective you are, who you choose to talk to, the more successful you're going to be. You know, we've been on, we have our mastermind session coming up at 1 o'clock. And I'll go into somebody's account to talk to a prospect. And I'll say, why are you talking to this person? Why? There was one where the person, put in their profile, no phones. I want something that put me in a room with a calculator, computer, but I don't want to talk to anybody. Why are you talking to that person? So posting enables you to develop relationships. And the key is the easiest way to effectively post is GIFs, moving images. GIFs come up first. 80% of the images posted on LinkedIn that are GIFs receive more comments, and they get shared 20 times more. So I'm going to pass this by. I want to get to the. So it's all about communicating with people and talking to them, right? So there's a number of different ways that you can enroll people with posting. Change your picture, birthday, anniversary, holidays, unofficial holidays. Post motivating messages or post personal development messages. But the idea is they move, even a joke, they move. And what you post, you're doing it on purpose to resonate with the people that you're already connected to. You want to post things that will be appreciated by the people that you're connected to. So if you're connected to management people, then you want to post things that is relevant to them. So Clyde post for Memorial Day, made that post. He had 55 responses. He closed 5 out of 55. So Joseph asked, what's the next holiday? Today's Flag Day, National Bourbon Day. Now the calendar we have didn't show Friday the 13th, but I think we all know about Friday the 13th. So there are other holidays, but there are a lot more holidays than you're going to see on this calendar. And we've got, for the next 3 months, you've got over 300 holidays. I mean, where did they come up with National Lazy Day, Black Cat Day, National Radio Day, Are you give me a break? So just because it's a holiday doesn't mean that you're going to use that. National Root Beer Float Day. So the holiday, if it's relevant, International Beer Day, Ice Cream Sandwich Day. There's plenty of opportunities if it makes sense. National Waffle Day. National Bow Tie Day. Then we come over to, so that's the calendar in your back office for boot camp. And then we got the unofficial holidays. So I went in and I looked it up and I saw, look, on Tuesday, you got National Eat Your Vegetable Day, you got National Apple Strudel Day, and you got National Cherry Tart Day. But if you're going to post something, you want to post a GIF, a moving image. National Martini Day. Now, the best thing that you could do, again, it depends on who you're talking to. Let me come back over here. Because what you're going to do, all right, is because of the people that you're talking to. See, if we go over here, these are the unofficial holidays. I mean, give me a national day of the Gong Day. I mean, you're going to be better off, okay, popping over here and finding a website like All Author. This is just one of dozens. And we're looking for quotes. We're looking by topic. You could also do it by author, but let's go to topic. So what are the topics that people that you're connected to would like or would appreciate receiving? So you
Something
got
on leadership.
Exactly. So you go to leadership. Well, you got leadership. And when you go in there, you got success. And when you get in there, so let's go to leadership. And so again, you've got leadership, but just because it's in this category doesn't mean it's going to resonate with the people that you want to impress. So an army of deer would be more formidable commanded by a lion than an army of lions commanded by a stag. Well, maybe, but that's not the message that's not going to get you what you're looking for. Show me the leader and I will show you his men. Show me the men and I will know their leader. Not what you're looking for. Leadership is an opportunity to serve. It's not a trumpet call to self-importance. Now you're talking. If I advance, follow me. If I retreat, kill me. If I die, avenge me. So you're going to be selective. Winston Churchill, the nation will find it very hard to look up to the leaders who are keeping their ears to the ground. Here you go. True leadership lies in guiding others to success and ensuring that everyone is performing at their best, doing the work they are pledged to do and doing it well. Now, why would a leader appreciate this? Because they can take it and they can dispense it to the people that are under them. So let's go over here. Let's click on this one. So the thing about this is it moves. It moves. And LinkedIn constantly making changes. Under normal circumstances, we would right click, save the image as, save it on your computer. Okay? However, now I'm just going to copy it. Copy the image. Right? And I can come back It's here somewhere. Okay. I could come back and he could come over here and he could just paste it in here. You couldn't do that 3 months ago. 3 months ago, you had to come down here. You had to upload it. Not anymore. So why is that happening? It's happening because more and more people are posting gifts, and LinkedIn wants to make it easier for you to do it. It's extra work. I got to upload it. I got to click. Life is like a train station. People come and go all the time. But the ones that wait for the train with you are the ones that are worth keeping in it. You put things out there that not only will the people that you are connected to appreciate it, but they're going to want to share it with the people that they're connected to. So we can go back over here. And these are all the Bill Owens quotes. You got different ones. Some of these are going to be good. You got a whole bunch of quotes. You got 7 here by Jim Rohn. Get around people who have something of value to share with you. Their impact will continue to have a significant effect on your life long after they've departed. Here's one. A good objective of leadership is to help those who are doing poorly to do well, and to help those who are doing well to do even better. Another good one. I mean, give whatever you're doing and whoever you are with the gift of your attention. Another good one. Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. And when you share this stuff, it's going to resonate with the people that you're talking to, or it should. You should. And it's once you find your niche. Okay, this is basically how it's working. Let's come back over here. So we end up over at your messages. And Terry, by the way, you notice the big red image. Terry had mentioned that people were having a hard time figuring out what I was doing. So, Joseph, you like it? See, people can see now. So the idea is every day, come back over here. You go to your network every day, you're reaching out to people. So he's got all kinds of people here. You want to be successful in this business? You should have 10, 15, or 20 new people here every day. When you have as many people as Joseph has, you don't necessarily have to have that many. I mean, he could be reaching out to 10 people a day. Now, once you're connected, that's when the fun starts. So you reach out to these people, you start conversations. Now you end up over here. Now these are all people that he's following up with. And you see what happened here? he sent this out and she saw it. So he's made an impression on this person because it's a nice message sending you a good luck on Friday the 13th. Now the conversation starts. And as you start talking to people, you end up identifying the ones you want to keep.
So what would the next message be to them after they saw that?
Okay, well, okay, so, okay. The message is going to be determined by who the person is. Okay, so this is an operations assistant. We got to look at the person. Okay, so she's an operations administrator. We're looking for need. So you come down here. So she's an operator. She's been doing this for 4 months. According to this, she's doing this too. And so the question is, what is she really doing? Now let's come down and look at everything. Okay, here you go. So she was a hairstylist.
I think that's why I got to her, because I was looking for hairstylists.
Yep. Okay. So the nature of the conversation, so she was a nursing assistant. So we know enough about her to have an intelligent conversation. It's kind of interesting. I noticed that you're a certified nursing assistant. How come you never pursued that? It's one way to start a conversation that they would be interested in having. Or hairstylist. She became a hairstylist. And then she opened up her own place. Hello. So she's ambitious. So she had her own place for almost 3.5 years. Why'd you stop? So she stopped doing this and she goes to work as an administrator, working for somebody else. So it doesn't matter really what she's doing now. The bottom line is you're talking to an entrepreneurial person. Man, I like talking to entrepreneurial-minded people.
And I think Vitality Living might be another MLM company.
It could be, but when she's describing her work, she's not. She's inside the company. She's not.
I didn't see the rest of it.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But still, the question is why? Why did you start your own business? Let her tell you. And as she's telling you all the reasons, again, she's reliving it. So why you stop? It's too hard, getting people, all this other stuff. So, I mean, just looking at this, and now she's an executive assistant. And here she's a property administrator. Okay. So she sits in an office, answers the telephone, and puts paper in files. Okay. And that's what she does. And then this year, she picked up another job. Why? Why? The typical answer is because she wanted to make more money. So again, you want to learn at any time. We could say, all the different things, Samantha, that you've done Have you ever worked with a network marketing company to generate extra income? And that could be considered a manipulative question. Because where's it coming from? It's coming out of the blue. But as we find out why she started her salon, why'd she stop? Why she went and did all of these different things. And then we find out that you've had this job for almost 2 years, and now you're taking another job. And by the way, Samantha, I think you meant to say Dow Jones, not Dow James. Maybe, I mean, so you're having a conversation. You're learning about her. And while you're learning about her, it's natural that they're going to come back and they're going to ask you about you. Add to the fact that you're having a conversation, the things that you post. And you want to post a GIF if you can't find a moving image, and then you got to make it relevant. You know, the last week it was National German Dutch Chocolate Day. So you could go, you know, hey, I just thought you'd like to know that National Dutch Chocolate Day, in case you love chocolate cake and you're on a diet and you're looking for an excuse to break your diet. It's a holiday. Again, people look at that. So on the outside, you know, so okay, so the question is, well, how do I start the conversation? Same way. Although to speed it up, what you could do is send her, you know, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And then we merge the icebreaker. It's so nice to connect with you here on LinkedIn. I've met some wonderful new people, made some great friends. And, you know, then you could ask her, how long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? Which is a question that you could ask anybody, but at least you have their attention. You know, I normally send out motivational messages like these to my friends. So for her, you send out the future. You send out the future along with, I normally send these out to my friends. It's so nice to connect with you. You know, how long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? The next question I would probably ask her is, why do you have two jobs? Because it's current. Or, and if you ask that question, well, because I need to make more money. Or maybe she's going to come back and say, well, I don't have this job anymore. I forgot to end this. But clearly, you know, you could turn around and again, another way, conversation, part of the conversation. You know, I really like talking to entrepreneurial minded people. And I see that you own the salon. What happened? You know, what prompted you to do that? Why'd you stop? People love talking about themselves. And once you get past this introductory part, the conversation is going to be the same with everybody. So where we end up, let's come back over here for a minute. So you got all these people. Now, just on the basis of going through her profile, now you haven't talked to her yet, but just on that basis, you can come over here, you could star her because there's potential. It's clear potential. So every day we're reaching out to new people. This is the initial part. Then you're going to spend part of the day talking to your stars. These are all the people that the conversation is moving along. And some of these people so you started talking to her at the end of March. So we asked her about the lighthouse, and so she's never responded. So, after you've sent 3 or 4 of these, you just kind of move on to other people. Okay.
Okay.
And we want to get to a point where every day we have new conversations. We have conversations that are in the process. We have conversations where we've shown or in the process of showing the business. And then every day we want to have closing conversations. And it all starts with the other thing. Now I will be back at 1 o'clock for our mastermind session. And so when it comes to posting, again, just because it's a holiday, the post has got to be appropriate to your audience. And so one of the things all of you could do, if you know who the leaders in your company are, let's say one of the top people in your company was a school teacher, then you could be reaching out to school teachers. Most of the school teachers that I work with or that I meet on LinkedIn, are all generating side incomes working with a network marketing company. What companies have you worked with? Another way to do it, how long have you been a teacher? One of my good friends, actually, the way you do it is, one of my good friends used to be that I work with very closely, used to be a school teacher. How long have you been a school teacher? Or one of my friends that I work with on LinkedIn, that's one of the leaders in my company and top earners in the company, used to be a school teacher. How long have you been a school teacher? The way you ask questions shakes the tree, makes them come back and want to know, well, what are you doing? What do you mean she used to be a school teacher? It's all in the way you talk to people. Keep the focus of the conversation on them. Posts will work. And so you get to a point in time where, we'll come back. If she doesn't respond quickly, then we'll just take the star off. The other thing you do is you come back to your home page. Okay, and we'll start a post. And we want to post moving images. Now here, we can't drop it in. We have to upload it. So we'll come down here. Oh, here's one. The more time you spend contemplating what you should have done, you lose valuable time planning what you can and will do. Post it. Then you come back, you do another one for tomorrow. And there's all kinds of different ones. So you're talking to somebody that's out of work. It's going through some tough times. You're speaking to a wide audience, but this relates to everybody. Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. Now, you've sent this out before, but this is called space repetition. So we come down here. Next. Only now, we're not going to do it today. We're going to do it tomorrow. And schedule it. So these posts are going to resonate with people depending on where they are, what's going on in their lives. This is the way you communicate. And then because you can't be sure that everybody that you're connected to is going to see it, almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. Okay? So here's the situation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing this for demonstration. You don't necessarily want to do them so close together. So I'm going to post this. Okay, then you come back over here. And now you can look at the people that you've talked to recently. You do 10 at a time. Or people that, you just want, you were talking to them before. Like this person here is online right now. Let's go down and look at the people online right now. Salon owner. Folks, that's the way it works. It's the way it works. And many times you're going to be posting things for you. Find something on there that, put a little smile on your face. Send it out. All right. We'll be back at 1 o'clock. Oops. Sooner than I thought. So until next time,